Hello, children. The present scenario is totally different from the past. Truly speaking, I am missing you all. You're all cheerful faces. Hope you all are fine and safe at home. Well, today we enter a new world of virtual classroom. So, let's focus on our subject, English 2 or English literature. Already we have completed 2 chapters. Let's begin the third one, How I Learned to Write by a very well-known writer, Leo Tolstoy. Let's begin the chapter. But before beginning, I must say that listen to the explanation attentively. No need to write anything as I will send all the notes to you. But the most important thing is that read the chapter thoroughly afterwards. Okay? Well, let us begin. Here we see that this is a story about a young boy and his keenness to learn horse riding. Here the narrator tells us that though he was a small boy, yet he was desirous of learning horse riding. What, children? Horse riding along with his brother. But before that, I would say, what is riding school? You can see in your first page, riding school word is there. What does it mean? It means where you learn something. Okay, where you learn riding. All right. So the narrator tells us that though he was small, though he was young, yet he was very much desirous of learning horse riding. There were 3 brothers, all right, and he also wanted to learn horse riding along with his brothers, for which he was not getting permission from his father. Why, children? Why his father was allowing 2 boys and the third child he was not allowing to learn horse riding? Because his father was very much concerned about him getting hurt. His father was concerned about him getting hurt. He manages somehow to convince his father to approve horse riding for him also. Look at the way this boy, the younger boy, manages somehow to convince his father. What for? To learn horse riding. Okay. But his father was ready on the condition that he should not cry if he falls. Listen, children, you know very well that this younger boy was the youngest among the 3 children, and his father was very well knowing that if he learns horse riding, he may fall. Okay, he may fall, for which he may cry also. So for this only he makes a condition that he should not cry if he falls while learning horse riding. So it's a very beautiful story. The narrator is explaining about how he and his brothers used to study every day, and only on Sundays and holidays they went out and played. Okay, only on Sundays and other holidays they were supposed to go out for playing a game, sports, whatever they liked. All right, not always. Now, once his father said that the children must learn to ride. Okay, but since the writer was the youngest one, so his father thought that he would fall and hurt himself. Okay, when the writer begged him to send him to the riding school, his father was not ready. But after he convinced his father somehow was ready only on one condition, that he should not cry if he falls. All right? Okay? So, when Wednesday morning came, he along with his brother went for horse riding. Here, children, you see the word porch. Can you see? We entered by a large porch, and from the large porch went to a smaller one. What do you mean by porch? Porch means covered shelter in front of a building. Covered shelter in front of a building. So, On Wednesday morning, he, along with his brothers, go for horse riding. The narrator gives a description of the riding school very nicely. Okay. Here, the narrator starts giving description of the riding school. He tells that there were many gentlemen and ladies and many boys of their age group. All right. So people were gathering there. What for? For learning horse riding. The narrator was frightened initially. Again, you see, children, one more word, hoofs. Hoofs, can you see? What does it mean? A hoofed foot, specially of a horse. Horse foot you have seen, no? It is basically called as hoofs. All right. So here at first, initially, what happens? The narrator was frightened. His brothers were given horses and they rode around with them. The master at the riding school got a red-colored pony. Well, here you see, when Wednesday came, all the three brothers were taken to the riding school. There was a covered shelter in front of the building, and then they entered the smaller one. Okay, so here one more word you see, valet. What do you mean by valet? Valet means male attendant. Okay, male attendant. Here the writer says that describes the area where they would learn to ride. There was a very large room instead of a floor, and it had sand. And in this room, there were gentlemen, ladies, young boys of their own age, and it was nothing but the riding school. Well, the place had a smell of horses, and they could hear the snap whips and the horses striking their hoofs against the wooden walls. These were the things they were hearing and seeing all around in the riding school. Now it's obvious, children, that first time anyone will get scared, and so was the case with our writer. The narrator initially was going for the first time to learn riding, to learn horse riding, and so he was really very scared of it. But then a male attendant, whom we call as valet, okay, male attendant or the valet, called the riding master. The riding master calls whom? A male attendant or the valet. The master brought 3 saddled horses. All right. The master brought 3 saddled horses. And then after taking out their cloaks, what do you mean by cloaks, children? Cloaks, a loose outer garment. Okay. A loose outer garment. They will be very comfortable by taking out their outer garment while riding the horse. All right, so they took out the cloaks and they walked to the riding school and climbed onto their horses. Of course, yes, children, there was no limit of their excitement. They were really very excited to learn the horse riding. And when the chance came, the time came, the moment came, they were really very happy. But on the part of our narrator, when we look, we see that he was scared. Why? Because of course he was the youngest one first of all, and the second was this was the first time when he had gone to learn horse riding. That's why he was so scared of. Okay? Children, let's see here that the master at the riding school got a red colored pony. What do you mean by pony, children? A small horse. Pony means a small horse. In that line only you see trot. There's a word trot. What does it mean? Proceed at a pace. Proceed at a pace. And pony means a small horse. So, the master at the riding school got a red colored pony named Rudy for the narrator. The narrator got Rudy, a small pony who was red in color. Alright? He was both happy and afraid and tried to act in such a manner as not to be noticed by anybody. So our narrator was both happy also and he was frightened, scared also, afraid also. Okay, but he was trying to act in such a manner so that nobody could notice him. All right, the master realized that he was small. Okay, the master very well realized that he was small, so he raised him to the saddle, means lift him up to the saddle. He got worried thinking that Rudy was angry with him as he kept dropping his ears. All right. See, the master first of all held the horse by a cord and his brothers rode very slowly and later on proceeded at a pace. The rider was given a pony, a red horse whose tail was cut off. His name was Rudy. His name was Rudy. At this point, the rider had mixed feelings of happiness as well as of fear. But he didn't show his fear. He was hiding it. As he was too small, so he could not got his foot into the stirrup. Okay. What do you mean by saddle, children? A seat usually made of leather that you put on a horse so that you can ride it. Okay, a seat. All right. So at this point, the writer had mixed feelings of happiness and so also of fear. But he didn't show his fear. As he was too small, he could not get his foot into the stirrup. When the master noticed this, he raised him up in his hands and put him on the saddle. So saddle meaning, I told you that it is a seat usually made of leather that you put on a horse so that you can ride it. After which he notices that the young boy was not heavy because he raised him up, so he carried. And from that, he came to know that the boy was not very heavy. Just because the writer saw that his brothers were not held by hands while riding, they were really free to do. So this boy also begged the master to let him go all alone by himself. All right, he was a very confident boy, very independent boy, and so he also wanted to go freely without any help. All right, he then asked whether he was not frightened. Who is asking? The master was asking whether the boy was not frightened to ride. Well, children, what do you think? The writer was not frightened? No, he was frightened. Of course, isn't it? Anyone, the one who goes for the first time to learn something means he will be frightened. He will be scared. He will be afraid because something new you are going to learn. You are not experienced in that. Okay. So, though the writer was very much afraid, but still he never wanted to show his fear. And when he was asked by the master, he simply says no. Just because Rudy kept dropping his ears as though the pony was very annoyed. Okay, so this our writer, because of this pony dropping his ears, the writer was getting scared. All right. So Rudy started a slow trot and narrator slipped to one end. Now children, first of all, I would like to say he got worried thinking that Rudy was angry with him. First instance, he got angry because he was worried because he was thinking that Rudy was angry with him as he kept dropping his ears. Rudy started at a slow trot and the narrator slipped to one end. What happened after that? Rudy started at a slow trot, very slowly, and the narrator slipped to one end of the horse. Just then the master went to his friend to talk about something. When the master was not looking at the narrator, Rudy ran at a trot and the narrator slipped more towards one side of the horse. What happened? Of course, yes, he was not an experienced rider. We know very well this. Okay, so here Rudy ran at a trot and the narrator slipped more towards one side of the horse. Eventually, he was frightened as he knew he would fall. When you slip to one side more than the other, definitely you can conclude that the next step you will fall. Same case here with our narrator. The narrator very well understood as Rudy started trotting with a pace, he slipped towards one side more
and therefore he concluded that the next step he will fall. Rudy shook him up once and he slipped off entirely and fell on the ground. He fell on the ground. Okay. So master leaves him and asked him to be careful. Though Rudy went at a slow pace at first, but then started jogging. Jogging means little bit more pace he started with. The writer kept silent and tried his best, no doubt, okay, not to slip to one side. He maintained proper balance, not to slip to one side greater than the other. But it was not the circumstance. It was totally upon the pace of the Rudy, at what pace the Rudy was going. Okay, on which the master praised him, and writer was pleased to hear that, because earlier in the beginning he was totally very confident. He left the hand of the master also and started riding on his own. But later on, what happened? When Rudy started jogging, the writer kept silent and tried his best not to slip to one side, on which the master praised him, and writer was pleased to hear that. But next what happens? The master's friends began to talk with him, and master stopped looking at him. So here, children, the meaning of slip is to move with smooth sliding motion. To move with smooth sliding motion. One more word, clicked, you see, just below slip, you will find clicked. To strike, move or produce with a click. It means to strike, move or produce with a click. Trot, I have already told you. And then you come towards the lower end, this is disgrace. Okay, one paragraph is there. No, suddenly I felt that I had slipped. Disgrace, you see, last line. It is to be a source of shame to your actions. It is a source of shame to your actions. Okay. So, let us see. Rudy started at a slow trot and the narrator slipped to one end of the horse. Just then the master went to his friend to talk about something. When the master was not looking at the narrator, Rudy ran at a trot and the narrator slipped more towards one side of the horse. Okay, more towards one side of the horse. Eventually, he was very frightened as he knew he would fall. What happens when you ride with a pace and you are a new learner? Definitely, there will be no balance. Though our narrator tried his best to maintain the balance, but still, when Rudy started with a pace, he slipped towards one side more than the other. Okay, and gradually he fell down. Rudy shook him up once and slipped off entirely and fell on the ground. Look at the way our writer fell on the ground. Looking at this, the master declared that the gentleman has dropped off. Who is this gentleman? The gentleman is no one but our narrator, our writer. Though pride made the narrator say that he was not hurt. Of course, see, after falling down also, he is not admitting that he is hurt. Okay, he is saying, I am not hurt. He felt like crying. Despite getting hurt, he asked the master to put him back on the horse. But after that, what happens? He did not fall. From then on, he rode twice a week in the riding school and learned to ride well and was not afraid of anything. After getting confidence from the first ride, what happened? Then he rode twice a week in the riding school and learned to ride well. Okay, every week he used to practice nicely, and after that he was not afraid of anything. Okay, children, so here we end the story. Read it well. Go through the chapter, each and every corner you read. Soon I will post all the notes. Kindly write it in your fair notebook.